Hey, what's up, guys? Of course, it's preview season for set 12 now, and I have two previews. The one I already put on Retro. I'm just going to show them real quick. Everyone's probably seen this one, but if you've noticed, GoTanks is out. If you want to check them out, check out the Dead Zone, fanzy.tcg.com, the Dead Zone blog. But anyway, first preview, of course, being the Trickster Ghost. There are other people, I think two other people have previewed Ghost allies for GoTanks. So we've all been knowing that he's going to work with these ghosts. There's three of them. All work on the theme of destroying life cards. You can use them whenever. So if you can only guess what GoTanks is trying to do, he's trying to search name cards with his levels and stuff. So Joey, of course, blessed me with one of GoTanks' name cards. Kamikaze Ghost Attack. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's a good card. I mean, it's what you would expect. It's pretty standard. It's an ally search attack. What I like about it is it's got a crap load of endurance. It doesn't ban shift use. It's well, let's go through one by one here. So we got the endurance 3 energy combat card. Awesome. Of course, it's when it's destroyed or banished from your life deck by one of your effects, you can draw a card. So just tons of advantage. Of course, like Saiyan and Red, especially. Blue Mimicry, Red Ascension, the Saiyan, Enhanced Mastery. I couldn't think of it off the top of my head. The new Mastery. All have good effects. Black Perceptive, Black Manipulative. Both trigger this pretty often. GoTanks has a lot of built-in anger on his level 1 and 2, which means that it's going to be very easy to run him in kind of any mastery and still get levels. Every style has at least some anger access. On top of his name card, giving anger is going to be really, really good for him. Now I know people have been talking about blue maybe. Of course, he does want to run the GoTanks allies, the Ghost allies. So I could see some more reasons to run like a blue ally deck with him. But I don't think it's mandatory. One thing people don't like is that his cards are fixating. It seems like he's fixated on his name cards and his ghosts. He still has a really good anger game. There's still other cards that are considered named. Overwhelming Power, Black Backstrike. Okay, those are only two right now that I can think of off the top of my head. But we also don't see the other. Haven't seen the other one quite yet, at least as the time of the recording. I'm assuming it's Galactic Donut. Ryan O'Malley has been gave out pieces of the puzzle here. So if you have them, post them away. But Ryan O'Malley, I don't know if he's going to post it on his channel Deep Scrub or not. But check out Retro DBZ, CCG. The page to figure out the mystery of that. But we'll continue with the rest of the effect. Of course, it's energy attack, costs 2 stages, raise your anger 1, search your life deck, discard pile for a ghost. Ally with ghost in the title and play it, damage 5 life cards. So it's pretty standard. Yeah, it's nothing crazy, nothing amazing, but the parenthetical on this is the real money, and it's not banished after use. So this is going to be a really good card to be looping back in your deck. I'm trying to think, it doesn't have, I'm looking for copied or copied. Yeah, it doesn't have that, of course, on here, unfortunately, so you can't put it back in. With Mimicry, Saiyan Enhanced will let you recycle it, but Saiyan also has a lot of rejuve effects, so being able to put this card back in your deck with Saiyan won't be too hard. Red does have some rejuvenation if you build it a certain way. Black is going to really like this. Black Perceptive, Black Manipulative are going to really like this card too. It's just another card. Now granted, Absorption Drill, you can't stack this card with, which is a bummer, but there's other black cards like Shoulder Charge. There's a couple other cards. There's like Black Evasion, a few other cards that you can top deck this card to mill yourself or to draw into it. Either way, the Ghost allies, GoTanks having 3 of them is going to be huge. Depending on the deck, of course. Most people are a little bummed that it feels like you're going to have to run these. The way I look at it, what's going to be nice is that he's going to be able to, by searching his allies out, he'll be able to keep AT up pretty well. It's going to be really good for him with GoTanks. It seems like he's more for the energy beats, is what he's geared towards between the life card, well, between the name cards being energies, and then also it seems like, if I remember correct, I can't quite remember his deck. I thought he had a modifier in one of his levels. I might be wrong on that one. But either way, he's going to be very interesting. The constant destroy effects are going to be really strong. The fact that he can level very easily with his level 1 and 2 giving him anger is going to be really helpful in any deck. It's going to be very, very helpful. I think Blue Training is looking really interesting with him, especially considering these ghosts. If you play let's just say you play a challenging strike and a blue training. That's usually how the combats go. You're going to get a mill 3 off the hit of this card, and then mill 2 if they leave play with a training. So that's that alone, plus the fact that let's say you led challenging strike into a training off of 3 cards, one only being one in your hands, and one being very searchable with a trickster ghost with your MP. That's 7 damage, life card damage. Not to mention the 1 life card on the trickster ghost. This 8 life cards. Most of it's not preventable. So just something to consider. It's going to be very strong, even in non-blue and black, where they have cards that work with the mill effects, cards that buff mill. He's going to be very strong. I could see black manipulative Gotenks being really good, especially with people talking about black glare, or sorry, black chomp. Adding +1 mill was going to be a very good card with Gotenks. I say manipulative mainly because it still has the self mill, and then being able to just play Chomp as a defensive card. Chomp is just such a shitty card to actually play as an attack, so it's something to consider. Black Mischievous as like maybe a Gotenks is like a counter meta between the constant mill and extra anger. You're going to threaten a really good anger game. I think there was one card. There's Blue Outburst. That was, oh no, was it Blue Outburst had a fusion trait on it that got previewed. I'd have to go look. I thought that lets you draw a card if you're fusion trait or something like that. There is some card I think that got previewed that's got fusion trait, but that's gonna be one thing to look forward to is the fusion trait. But either way, really cool card. It's what I pretty much expected to happen. Maybe some of you are let down by it, but I think his Galactic Donut attack, which I'm assuming is going to be his other named card right now. I haven't seen it yet. I think might be. I'm curious to see what that does, but either way, I really like. I like how they did Gotenks. I like that he's destroy energy, anger themed. I think that's all really cool stuff. Like I said, he's gonna have some interesting builds. You could just go pure aggro. You're gonna want to run the ghosts. I think no matter what, which I think is fine for design wise. But I could see, I at least with until we see his other named card, even then I don't really see like a reason to not run them. He just does so well with them. But it's his level 2 specifically, I believe, that tutors. I don't think his level 3 does tutor. But being able to start stacking those ghosts up is going to make your level 2 pretty lethal. Not to mention the extra stages that you can get from keeping those ghosts around. It doesn't seem like much, but you can easily amass a couple of these ghosts on a turn, and you're just starting to chip away at your opponent slowly. Not to mention if you have other ally searching effects, it's going to be very interesting. Blue is looking really interesting. Like I said, Sane enhances an obvious choice. Red, black, I think he works good in every style. Orange, I'd argue too, is going to be really good. Orange having a lot of anger, orange having energies, having stage gain. It's going to be really helpful with Gotenks. He wants to play those energies, and just having some extra mill. And these being physical attacks, it's going to be interesting for your opponent when they're going to try to start holding blocks. So I mean, nobody's probably going to hold blocks for these ghosts, but they're just extra little bits of damage to put your opponent on a time clock. And with enhanced mastery, especially, this is going to be really scary when they start banishing all these cards off your deck. So maybe enhanced is for sure like the runaway winner looking like right now, but we'll see. Either way, I think he looks really good, and I'm interested to see his last card. But I hope you guys liked my hot take on this. I guess we'll see where everything goes. Expect some more content from me coming in the future. Work's been really busy, but with summer, only going to be about another month or 2 here where it's going to be really crazy, hopefully. But also with the new set, there's going to be a lot more drive for me to put out content. I've been saying for a while that it's been hard for me to want to do content with the lull and everything. I've been wanting to wait and being busy. But I hope you guys enjoy this. Take it easy. Peace.